Holy crap, these guys really love listening to the analysis, and then it's like, oh yeah, we can finally make some noise. And I love the Barangay and Phoenix Army for setting the volume all the way up in the arena.
I hope that comes through the mics. I don't know if it actually does.
I think it does. So they probably get surprised, but just not the same way that we get surprised.
So imagine that, but like 200%, maybe even 300%. All right, let's jump into Landon-Donis Game 2 here. We'll see if we end up going to Game 3 or if it's going to be a sweep after a dominant performance from Smart Omega in the Game 1. And can they replicate it here?
Yeah. I mean, I think for this one, I'm going to keep it simple. Just look at Zaida. Is he going to make this Fanny work? Is he going to show off some Fanny magic again in the Broken Walls map with TNC, similar to what he did last season? That's my biggest question right now.
Yeah, and the does start with the purple, so there will be no threats of, I guess, a slight miscalculation in terms of the first or early rotation, which cost a lot when we saw it happen to Kyle in the previous series.
Yeah. Oh. Killing Spree Assassin emblem for the Brody with Master Assassin at that.
Oh, whoa. It's a lot of damage.
Perciva taking some damage, but this is what we usually see with Khaleeds, knowing that they can just heal back up, get back into the fight. But even this, in this sense, Chaknu is going to be having a better time on this Hilda than he did on the Cho, just because he can go ahead and help alongside 3mar to set things up. And like we've seen with the YSS in the gold lane, especially in week 1, this works really well in conjunction with the team, because not only do you get to go ahead and use the Mountain Shocker to go ahead and spot people out, but even that little bit of a stun with the boat there actually ends up helping set things up. Plus, they're pretty mobile, you know, and he's going to kind of need that in this matchup.
And we don't see any purifies across the board at all, too. So they could just keep going aggro. Woo.
Oh, man, Ryzen made that look too easy. Okay, thanks for hitting that 3mar. Let me just poke it down. And it looked like they ended up leashing for Ryzen to get that EXP crab.
Oh, 3mar's here. Trying to help, and that's a flicker trying just to take down Ryzen. Zaida picks up first blood.
I don't know if he was expecting to get hit that hard or what happened.
Yeah, was Ryzen trying to bait something out of TNC? Was Omega trying to bait?
Oh, James going in, bravest fighter. Zaida already here, but it seems like Omega will focus on 3mar for now. Zaida secures the turtle in exchange for 3mar.
Oh, will they pressure the purple? The Ryzen's back. He might give the call since everyone's here, and now TNC's got to respond. Oh, Perciva!
Oh! Whoa! Did he even get to use the quick sand guard? I think...
Even flicker!
Yeah.
What is that? Did he just accept this fate? What's up with Ryzen and Perciva early on here?
I don't know. It might be one of those cases where it's just like, they're hitting way harder than we expected. Like, what's going on?
Oh, I know what it is. Zetian, man.
Zetian.
This is why finally it took this long to get picked up by someone.
Oh, that's a flicker from Netsky. Oh, torn apart memory does not land. Yeah, that's a Fanny. It's too quick to get out of range.
Yeah, he did not press it just in time. By the time he already pressed it, it was already out of the range of the Brody, so couldn't get any marks utilized by the torn apart memory. And plus, that was just, I think that was just 1 or 2 marks that he was able to put.
Oh, Perciva again.
Doing a ton of damage here, but this time actually will survive.
If this Khalid loses again, it's a very bad day.
Yeah, it's a bad weekend for Khalid, man. Sad Khalid noises.
Yeah, it's not looking too good.
Oh.
All right, Zaida actually doing pretty good, obviously, on the start, just because of some of the mistakes that Smart Omega has made early on. Picks up the Blade of Pepsis, rushes that. Now the damage is going to be there that he needs, and so this is looking a little spicy, I'd say, for Smart Omega on the second turtle that does come up. I'm wondering where they'll go ahead and recalibrate here. Perciva again.
Oh, through the Phoenix, the quick sand guard makes it in time, but Zaida with his cables. There's no way out of that.
Zaida, bro. But yeah, sad Khalid noises. Every time they see the Khalid, they just jump on him, and TNC are making the right call, making the most of the Hilda and Zetian together. You stop the Khalid, and there's a lot of things that could go wrong for Omega, because now that changes the pressure towards Ryzen and James to survive for as long as they could to act as like the substitute roamers. At this point, Perciva is just looking to land Raging Sandstorms.
Oh, weapons drop! James! Oh, with the flicker! Might just actually get the outplay! 3mar falls!
And that's also feels bad for 3-Mar, man. He tried to make a play, but again, I don't know if that would even been worth it if he got the kill.
Oh.
Hey, if I'm 3, oh, wait. Oh.
Another raging sandstorm.
They force him back.
Yeah.
Side.
Oh.
Is he going to try again? Nah, I don't think he will yet. They found Perks.
Oh no, why is he there again?
That was good man marking by Chaknu.
Flicker by Netsky.
Netsky.
The stun from the Mountain Shocker doesn't land. Okay.
Right now, Netsky's torn apart Mary looks like a recall animation.
Yeah, pretty much. He hasn't really been able to do anything with it.
Yeah, just defensively popping it.
He won Sky Piercer too.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, man. I mean, I get it. It is a Brody. It's so easy to chain kills together. The Sky Piercer, if you got the stacks. But the thing is, at this point, your Kali's already to shut down. I gotta give the credit to Chakmu and Stone. They've been man-marking Perksiva really well. They're non-stop with making sure that Perksiva isn't comfortable with getting vision and getting into position. Every time they see him, they just blast away at him. And then they realize that, wait, he actually can't escape. He has to use his ulti out, or he has to burn his flicker, his raging sandstorm. We don't care about it. So, yeah, let's just blast him. Over and over again. It's clockwork right now for TNC, and Perksiva can't find any footing right now.
Yeah. This Khalid is on the road to another 0. What was that, 7 or?
Yeah, tough one.
6,
1 and 7 and whatever it was earlier on. Yeah. But maybe there's some way, somehow, Smart Omega is able to go ahead and capitalize on just getting to fight for the Lord. They might have to give up another turtle here. Unless they're able to actually capitalize on catching one of the members of TNC. But even if you look at it, think about how hard it is to catch someone over there.
Yeah.
You're most likely just going to be catching Chaknu, but he's comfortable enough and built up enough that he can just tank things like this.
And there goes the Fury of the Phoenix. At least Omega get to keep themselves safe under the tier 2. Ryzen joining in as well. Uses the energy eruption, but Saida's right there. He has to keep his teammates safe. And now they spot that James is here too.
Yeah, look, it forced positional shifts by Omega because of that broken wall that allowed Fanny to get easy access to Mingwin's Eve.
Oh my gosh, look at Chaknu. Just constantly trying to poke Pertsiva! A 3-man setup coming in from 3-Mar! Mingwin, though, finally gets taken down. But it's just Mingwin in exchange of the turtle.
Yeah, Ryzen actually got the turtle. Great direction from him, but TNC are still pushing forward. Chaknu.
Okay, they're going to push Chaknu out. Just giving some vision, poking down the turret. But this is what I was talking about. Look how that team fight went out. It's so hard for Smart Omega to actually catch someone. Zyda.
There goes the taunt.
Got the energy.
Flicker against the
It locked in.
It's locked in. And a shutdown.
Man finally gets a stack on him. Finally. And used the torn apart memory just in time.
Hey, he needed it.
Okay.
He got it.
Yeah, unfortunate for Zyda. I think he wanted to cable, get the Cyclone, but the thing is, I think he missed through the Cyclone.
Oh.
And so his cable, he bumped into the wall, had to walk back a bit to pick up the Cyclone, and then he goes through, but then at that point, Ryzen is already lashed onto him.
I mean, look how much gold Netsky does have. He has been farming up for the majority of this game.
Yeah.
And now the gold difference doesn't really matter. Some of these key items are coming into place defensively for Omega. But I think in that case too, Netsky still, what you're seeing is a bit of a difficulty in terms of the team fights and the space.
Yeah.
Perksiva, he's got antique harass, man. He's going to have to go ahead and have a better time, but he's not too far behind Chaknu. It's just more so of what he's actually capable of doing.
Yeah, that's true. I'm actually surprised he's not that far behind. No Bravest Fighter available for James. Uses the flicker though. Doesn't land the land shaker. Oh, but look at those recalls.
Great understanding of the limits of his hero. He used the Bravest Fighter right away and flicker to get under a tower. He was able to get a shield up with Storm Sword, and then he just threw out the Land Shaker to stop TNC from trying to dive him. Great play by James, man.
You see the damage meters over there, man? That's 4 members right now. That's just how much TNC hurts. But Omega is slowly getting back in this game, and also because of the Fredrin, they control the objective right now. Yeah. Even though they were behind earlier on, again, the economy, not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Malefic Roar now picked up for Netsky.
Yeah, where's he going? Oh, he is going to defend. Far lane first.
Yeah, he also has to get farm, so you get Perciva shadowing him so that he is safe. James spots 3 more again. They're not... James is held onto the turret well. I mean, to be fair, at one point, TNC decided to trade out the top side so that they get the priority at the bottom, but it hasn't turned into a massive lead for Benny Cutie. In fact, Netsky has to lead over Benny 500 gold ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, looking at this, yeah. That's one of the things now, too. Again, defensive items coming in clutch here. Ryzen will get the Radiant Armor. Oh, they might look to just kind of bait something out here, it looks like. Yeah, Mount Chakra was used.
It's so funny.
What?
Perciva was just surfing the sands with 3 members of TNC around him.
Yeah.
They were just like, we're locking on the Brody right now. Ignore this Khalid. But he was right there. That could have been something.
Yeah, and is that like the effect of just having already the antique harass and some other defense items? He was able to last a bit more longer. There goes the setup coming in from Captain Zaida. Secures the Lord and flies towards the other members of Omega, but it seems like Penguin got to find his positioning. It's another torn apart memory that
so
doesn't
close.
convert to a kill just yet, but at least Omega find 3 more.
Yeah, perfect RWM there by Mingwin. Good timing. But now TNC immediately goes straight to managing the minion wave in mid. They do have the enhanced minions with the Lord marching out. So Omega will just eye out to burning down the Lord so TNC wouldn't be able to make the most out of it. It's going to be a trade for topside as Benny Cutie splits up top.
Yep, not much off of that Lord, but still great for Zaida to go ahead and swoop on in, get the retry off. And then now for Omega, still under control here, trying to control the map, not getting pushed out too much. Yeah, they lose a turret, but this is kind of a back and forth at this point, you know? And as you saw, Netsky, his biggest threat is like wherever Zaida rushes in, or even 3-Mar, if they are able to lock down at Netsky. But when there's a couple of crucial ultimates down, that being the Torrent or from Sora, or even the Mount Shocker, Netsky has a little more space to work with. Once he gets his Wind of Nature, he might be a little bit more, I don't want to say too risky, but he might be able to position at least better against this lineup. Whoa, James.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
that was under the
Damage right there.
Okay. At least we saw how James constantly is able to keep himself safe in those kinds of scenarios, but somehow I'm liking how Perciva is still trying to hold it together. Like, we do see him get constantly picked off, but in the previous instances where TNC tried to lock him down, it seems as if he's able to hold out a bit more longer. We did mention that he already had the Antique Cuirass available, so probably that has a bit of a role to play alongside the Chastis.
Yeah. That's a hell of a throwback, by the way. Brody has both buffs. Purple and orange. This point,
Buffed
Ryzen
up.
is not getting it, and they're feeding everything onto Netsky's Brody.
Oh.
He's the main component. And there's the Wind of Nature that I was talking about. So now he is ready to go ahead and fight. I mean, he does only have the 1 stack on the Skypiercer, but you know, one team fight could change the course of things, especially with this Brody.
Will they be able to mark 3 more? Okay. They get to spot him out, and he has to reset it. Next buff.
Flicker.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah.
Ryzen already used the red tree. Won't have that for 26. But Chapman without a flicker for 2 minutes.
Yeah, and Lord's up at 30, so.
Yeah, that's big info for Omega that they can capitalize on. At least it's going to be harder, maybe a little bit harder for Chapman to get a big stun on someone. But at this point, he's going to end up becoming most likely the big trade. He's going to be the first one to fall as he doesn't have a flicker out to engage. Oh, Netsky.
Oh, yeah.
Does he know?
He uses the Cyclone Eye.
Okay, Perciva gives the information. That could have been a disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing Chapman and Benicudi actually held off onto jumping onto him because it would have been a big 2-for-1 trade if ever.
Yep.
Benicudi and Chapman might have gotten caught out there. So they waited.
Yeah.
Lord is up. Omega starts it up, but...
They're blocking Chapman and Benicudi from making it.
Yeah, they want to try to make a play here, potentially.
Yeah, but they don't know where Zaida is,
Or
too.
at least delay it, in a sense. Yeah, Zaida, we've seen it before, man. He can just sweep in with this Vanny.
Yeah.
If I'm Netsky, you stand close to Ryzen, even though it's... oh, wait, no, you're going to get hit by the Sora.
There's a lot of information that can come to... Oh! A 2-man raging Sandstorm! Zaida coming in! Ryzen still steals away the Lord! James, can he survive this? All members are still alive from Smart Omega!
No one falls!
No one died. That's what I'm so impressed with. And the torn apart memory did nothing. He couldn't get any marks off.
Bro, that Battle spell maximized all of those flickers and came out at the
Battle
nick
spell
of time.
maxing.
Yes, battle spell maxing by both teams. Okay, let's see how this next Lord push-out can be translated into something by Omega, as Ryzen did win the Retribution battle against Zyda. It's still a very close game, honestly. It's a game of inches. But who gets to execute just a little bit better? How will they time their entries?
Conceal play! Three gets to keep himself immune.
He'll bring the tower. Omega needs to go for there.
They're gonna go for the tower.
Ryzen!
Ryzen holding off the other members. They finally take down the turret. Okay, this is all Zyda's gonna do for now.
Yeah. So you see the backline is actually sticking close to Stone because they know they have the knockback of the Zetin to help them to create space if ever they get dived on. Bottom side is where Zyda's splitting off.
Yep.
He has one siege minion there, but that falls and he's going to be clearing down bottom. Omega now is breaching through the top side.
Yeah.
It's going to be a macro play here. The Lord's going to go ahead and charge into this top turret. Perksiva holding on. He doesn't have a Raging Sandstorm.
Ooh.
Oh, Fury of the Phoenix.
Ryzen dodges the second phase of the start by the Penguin! It gets bursted by Zyda. Now it's Chaknu chasing after 4. But that's all just to push them away.
Yeah, that's just great teamwork by Zyda and Stone. The Fury of the Phoenix helps set things up for Zyda, and then eventually Mingu just gets burned off. That's just unfortunate. Mingu wasn't even that deep.
Another conceal play. Benny and Chaknu working together. Chaknu or Benny rather gets stunned though. And it's Letsky finding another stack. But the setup from 3 more. Can it be enough? Zyda providing follow-ups and he actually finds a triple.
Oh no, Netsky! He saw 1 kill and he's like, I'm gonna join the fight, but here comes 3 more.
Signal number 2, but it's not Storm or it's not the Typhoon Benny, it's 3 more with a Sora.
Oh my goodness, he got caught in the torrent.
Just as we thought, Netsky finally is getting those stacks in.
He was.
He gets shut down. Those stacks get reduced. Fury of the Phoenix used again, and Zyda gets access to Omega's purple buff.
Oh, that's we got to look at the replay here. Look at this unfold onto the turret. Netsky in the back has the room, it gets tons of stacks off. Benny Cutie dies, and look at the positioning here from 3mar to set this up, and they all get caught in 3mar setup.
He committed the stun.
Yeah.
He didn't need to, and that brought him within range. 3mar popped his ultimate. Oh, Netsky.
That's back-to-back games where you're like, man, Netsky.
Unfortunate timing. One way or another, the Cloud Prince gets hit by the clouds. Sorry, Netsky, I love you, man.
Okay.
Oh, Chaknu found Netsky.
Finding Netsky. Oh, Minguin forced to flicker out as well. That's a 2-man taunt. James jumping in, trying to keep the other members safe, but it's Zyda flying over everyone. But Netsky, was that the wind of nature? And they somehow find an outplay. Appraiser trap laid down too. Zyda's nowhere in sight. Ryzen and Omega win the team fight.
Omega has turned it around, back and forth. Benny, he's stuck here, but James and Netsky can't get close.
Oh my goodness, a stun from Netsky!
From a blunder to a highlight. Oh, Netsky.
Take that, Clouds.
Okay, okay.
Netsky, in my head, I'm like, he makes Maui. He made up for what happened earlier. And they got the Lord on top of it. So, man, what a twist. What a turn of tables. Now Omega can go down the mid.
This game is entertaining for both the wrong and right reasons. And I love it so much.
Okay. Now
Working
they
on the
have
base.
1 base turret down, make it 2. And the Lord is just about to approach that base. Quick Sandguard already used. Ryzen onto 3mar. Immortality picked up by James as well. Ulti is not available, but Chaknu finding Netsky. There's the stun, but Netsky judges. The Fury of the Phoenix. Zyda forces out the Winter Crown, but somehow TNC actually take down Minguin, so it might be a no-go.
And there you go. TNC finds some life, defends successfully, and will bring themselves another chance to get this game in their favor to go to a game 3, because, man, Smart Man was knocking on the door.
Zyda still ended up with a purple buff taken away from the Omega side of the jungle. So for TNC, they were very preoccupied for making sure that the Lord would be marching forward. Ryzen was now playing the role of the roamer, going with the Lord, staying forward, keeping 3mar away from the rest of the team. The thing is, Chapnu committed the conceal from the spawn point, circled everyone, and made a beeline straight for Netsky, timed with Stone's Fury of the Phoenix. However, Netsky was able to use the dash from his stun perfectly to get out of that, but then Ryzen came in at the right time. So that's great man marking by TNC to force Omega to back off and recollapse back into protecting their Brody.
And you see what Chaknu just bought? He got a blade of Pepsi's now. He's like, I need a little more damage so I can get Netsky. And so this is going to bring us to, once again, another fight for a Lord. And even that last fight, the last one that broke out that Omega was able to get, it got a little dicey there. There was almost a chance that Ryzen could have potentially had lost that retro battle, but they were able to flip the table, focus on Zyda, and get him down. But still, Zyda has been doing work here. So we'll see. Now, because now at this point in the game, 20 plus minutes, you've got immortalities to worry about. You've got, of course, the winner natures and the winner crowns that are going to be kind of exchanging here on both sides.
Yeah, so now you get to see the idea behind that Blade of Heptasis pick up by Chaknu too. He's positioning himself somewhere that, or where he could just gain a much easier access, I'd say, towards Netsky. But what they don't know is that they're actually trying to do something down bottom here. And Zyda spots them, okay.
Yeah, he's going to get the information they need. This is TNC to play the macro and not let it get out of hand. Even in a sense, Omega has to control that long lane, but they go ahead and start with this Lord. They've got control.
Benny
positioning from Benny.
Benny and Chaplin have a crazy duo going on right now. What are you guys cooking?
Is he going to spot that out or no? Okay.
Perceiva. He sees them.
Okay.
He sees Chakno. They might just reset this.
Yeah, they have to.
Netsky gets the orange. They keep the Lord under half. They might just full commit.
Yeah, they're blitzing.
They're blitzing it. Oh, 3 more! The stun doesn't land! Ryzen with the appraiser's draft. Referee still secured the objective, and now 3 more locked down. Will they have enough damage to work with him? Chapno trying to take down Netsky, and still no one again going down for Smart Omega.
Netsky conserved everything at the right time. By the time Zyda swept in after Chaplin tried to go for after him, it was the Wind of Nature. Now he decides to sell that item and swaps it out for an immortality with its base push. And also great micro delay by Omega for that Lord. Here they come. Can they sweep TNC?
Here we go. Lord are in the base. Omega going for the play here.
There's no flicker available for 3mar and Benny Cutie. Zyda just flying all over this defense. 3mar going into the setup. Fury of the Phoenix landing on multiple members as well, but they're so tanky. Benny Cutie going in an attempt to take down both Netsky or maybe even James. Zyda might just find it here. Multiple members are very low on HP. Can Zyda actually go for the cleanup? Omega will not risk it.
It's too much of a threat for Omega when they have such low health. With a Fanny across from them, they'll respect it, and it's a defense for TNC.
What a crazy game. Omega keep taking way too much. The impact of the Fury of the Phoenix every team fight means that Omega barely has enough time to try and make sure that the members of TNC are low. You also have to credit Zyda's timing on this Fanny. He is making the most out of it.
Oh, we win! That's the immortality already, Bob. My goodness, look at Zyda.
Are they going to hunt him down? I mean, he's trying to get out. He should. Fury used. All right.
He's okay.
That's worth. He gets immortality at least on cooldown there for Mingwit.
Zyda, the man that you are, he popped the immortality of that Eve, and it is not going to be back for the next Lord, folks. That is going to be one of the biggest conditions of the next team fight.
Yeah.
How fast will TNC be able to take down this Eve? A major source of headache for Omega. But Stone and Zyda, as the game goes on, their impact undeniable. The Fury of the Phoenix timing from Stone has stopped Omega time and time again. Zyda's patience is what's stopping Omega from trying to finish it when they're all so low.
All right, Lord is up. This has been a slugfest in the past 10 minutes. And so far, it has been Omega that has had control around the objective. Will that change this time? Mingwen will have Flicker, at least. That's about what he has in terms of defensive. Netsky as well. Zyda's going to go ahead and work on this orange buff. They might not want to take too long. Right now, 3 Mars give the information. Chaknu and Benny Cutie are doing a different, this time, different angle. They might try to attempt this and go for a Hail Mary play here. Right now, Lord, quarter of the health.
Oh, Benny bursted down. That's the conceal. Oh, and 3 Mars actually catches Netsky. And Benny Cutie might just get the job done, but he gets stunned by Perceiver right there. And still, Smart Omega have only lost Netsky, but now Zyda decides to go in. They're trying to run away. Will they still go for the play? It's a no. They're okay with just Netsky being the casualty.
This game extends. Omega still got the Lord. And TNC. What a play by Benny and by Chapno and Benny, but in the end, it was still the clean, a sharp red tree of Rising that wins it out.
I think they just want to maybe try to buy time for Netsky to come up. He's got 20 seconds. This is a pretty beefed up Lord, so they just want to keep TNC off of these waves in this Lord. Yeah,
Omega are not clearing any minion waves. They're allowing it to naturally go out, but it's 20 seconds. This game is going to go on longer again. Oh, Chaknu.
Wait, he's in between. Where he's up against 4, Cyclone Eye.
Yeah, I don't think they can kill Chaknu. He's just tanky enough.
They don't have the damage.
Oh, but there might be a cutoff here. Benny gonna do it?
Benny Cutie! Tried to go after Mingwen, possibly. And the flicker from Chaknu. But will they have enough damage? Okay, if they don't, then Zyda might just do it. But the clutch RWM and energy eruption! They're still trying to keep every single member of Omega safe!
Mingwen got to use the RWM shield to keep himself alive, and that keeps TNC at bay, because Stone cannot handle the minion waves. This is not over yet. Brilliant move after brilliant move from both TNC and Omega.
Whoa.
What is this game?
Captain Mingwen.
Captain Mingwen.
Captain Mingwen and his calls. No, because imagine just how much of a pressure you're going through as an Eve. There's a Yisun Shin who's not afraid to jump on to 3 members just to take you out. There's a Hilda flickering in, and there's a Fanny flying.
Yeah, so that's crazy. You saw the sequence by Chaknu, Benny, and Stoneman was so clean. Benny was behind enemy lines. He decided to stun Mingwen. The Fury of the Phoenix comes down. Chaknu comes running. Flicker, he commits the power of wildness. Mingwen brought low. He gets the sidestep. Then RWM pops up the shield, forcing TNC back because Netsky was on the way back to the fight.
27 minutes in, and Lord comes up now. Once again, and Netsky used the flicker to try to get the pop off for the torn apart memory. So now he doesn't have that available for this Lord dance. He does have, I believe, did he keep the winter crown or did he go for the...
He has the wind of nature.
He sells his Wind of Nature for his immortality. Well, whichever is on cooldown, that's what he swaps out. Man, who is gonna give first? Right now, though, Omega, it's easier for them considering that they have the advantage with the minion wave. So with only 1 base turret standing for TNC in the bottom lane. But the thing is, whoever wins the fight pretty much wins the game already.
Yep.
If Omega lose Netsky and they win a fight, but there are still members of TNC to defend, it can't end. So this has to be some god-tier level micro mechanics and from every member of Omega to make sure Netsky survives long enough so that they can just slowly win the fight with Netsky being able to free hit after, of course, as expected, he's going to get popped with a nature, immortality. He's going to have to use all his utilities just to survive because it's easy for TNC to just dive this Brody. On the other side for TNC, it's a Zyda not dying that's giving the biggest headache for Omega because this Fanny, when members of Omega are all down to below 50%, Zyda can clean up house.
Yeah, honestly speaking of not dying, the mid duo of TNC has not died at all. And it's been almost 30 minutes in this game. Now they're the ones who are trying to leash this Lord.
Yeah, they're starting it up. Still 20 seconds on Netsky's flicker here, so they're going to try to delay this as much as they can. Look at the positioning once again from Chaknu. Biggest threat towards that back line where Mingwen and Netsky have to be careful of.
Yeah.
So TNC, they're looking to finesse their way into a potentially even just baiting out a fight and trying to get that upper hand.
Oh, they're going to bait out something from TNC here. They want TNC to react to the fact that Ryzen and the rest of Omega are starting to go fast with this Lord. Zaida is clearing minion waves up top.
Yeah, and Netsky has so much room here on this backside too. We'll see. It does reset though. They decided to give it a reset.
Yeah, he left it though.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's only Stone.
Very good discipline by these two.
Yeah.
TNC know that if they overcommitted and overreacted there, Omega, that would have been playing under their condition. It was them trying to force a reaction out, but Ryzen has been taking a lot of damage from this Lord.
Ooh. Hey.
Perciva gets an eye on Zaida. We'll see if they actually, again, this is such a beefed up Lord at the 30-minute mark.
Can't even go for a clear call to just focus on the hero or the Lord.
I think Omega know that they can try to rush just a little bit because both purple buffs have spawned now.
They're waiting for the buff to be up. Chaknu's there though.
Yeah.
Netsky trying to get the purple.
Chaknu does have information, but it's just Chaknu and 3mar. Now they're going to try and burst the Lord. Zaida, does he make even time? Ryzen wins the retry battle once again. Betty Cutie joining in, trying to take down James, but the real world manipulation gets laid down. 3mar caught in the middle, torn apart, memory already committed as well. Zaida finding the heroes in the backlines, but the stun finally lands. Ryzen now tries to go for the re-engage, but that's all they're after.
The corrosive strike from the Brody lands just on time. It's 5v4. And Minions and Lord for Omega. Chaknu desperate.
Oh, it's a desperate move. Can 3mar go for the setup? He goes Thunder Force. He just wants to take down Netsky, but Netsky, he's still alive.
He picks up the house cost to stay alive. Oh, Chaknu.
Oh! The Lord is in the base of TNC.
It's only Stone and Betty trying to go for the defense. The Lord might just get eventually worked on. 3mar has bought time for TNC, but they have the waves.
They have the waves right now. Base is at half health. Omega has a numbers advantage with the full team.
There goes the real world and the Raging Sandstorm, Bravest Fighter 2, and the Fury of the Phoenix as a response. But Netsky just focuses on the base, and it's a sweep by the Barangay.
This is what it means to fight in the home of champions. Even if it takes 30 plus minutes to finally secure their game-winning set, they will lock in. There are no more winless teams here. It's all W's around.